Hello, everybody. It's a very nice pleasure to be here. Our name is Ana Brodalo and Ana Rainha from ISMAT, Portugal, in Portimão. The research we developed in the field of architecture education considered the preceding tests about an architectonic mind. The purpose was to draw, or is to draw, a turning point based on previous researches so that through those results we can give an answer to new challenges. Based on a critical analysis, we revisited concepts in a changing world context towards the discovery of new methodologies, reflecting in the present and future concerns and expectations. The idea is to close a step through the review and conclusions of the earlier investigations and formulate the construction of a new path where new premises emerge so that we can prepare the future architects aware of the conditions of the real world now, but conscious, however, of the pillars on which the today demanded transformations are based on. One of the most important types of knowledge to transmit to architect students is the way they should think, act, and question their learning process. This approach focused on a possible way to develop an architectural mind, the process for its implementation, and mainly the changing of stimulating these feelings in the students from and in the first year of studies. The process was based on two factors: how to teach and how to do architecture. Everything begins with the problematic of how to teach, since there is not a specific formula for such thinking. When you talk about the way, about the model of teaching the curricular unities of architecture, design, and drawing, we are always faced with an almost absolute truth. This will depend on the teacher's personal, professional, and teaching experience, and at the same time, the way each student absorbs the teachings, depending on his, on her personal experiences and previous training. The research lasts with the appearance of new challenges, especially with the emergence of new tools such as artificial intelligence, and in the genesis, many of the methodological principles will be maintained. We cannot disconnect ourselves from the new conditions, but be receptive to what the new technologies can offer us, as always happened. It is the common sense that, once again, the pathway will be established, knowing how to use with mastery, understanding, and good sense what the new has to offer, keeping in mind the real and true condition of architecture. In this balance between what we have already been taught and what we have already learned, it will remain this. In a world in such a constant and rapid change, how shall we teach architecture? Thank you.
I think it was an important exercise to start with because you need to understand the line before you can understand anything else in architecture.
Nice. Did you enjoy it?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, I just feel in space. It's very good, and the sensation and imagination.
But when you are in an architecture program, so when you draw,
Yeah. Yes,
You don't. You don't. You are not in a painting program or a sculpture program. It's architecture program. Do you think about space?
yes, I feel space.
You feel the space.
Yeah.
You feel it.
It's feeling, yes.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, it's about architecture. So just I try to think about how I feel inside the space, and then I try to draw.
Very good.
I always think about space when I'm drawing.
I do think about perspectives when I draw about architecture. Yes, I do think about space.
When you draw, you think about space.
Of course.
Why?
I don't know. I didn't say so.
Of course. Yes.
David, what do you think about the exercise of abstraction? The importance for architecture? You think it's important for architecture?
I think it's very important. It was a good exercise to loosen up the hand, loosen up the mind, and get our creative juices flowing.
Thank you. Good answer. What do you think about it?
It's very important to understand the space and the different values of light.
Abstraction, the exercise of abstraction, the importance for architecture for you. You think it's important?
Yes, yes, very, very.
You? You don't know? No? Emotions. Okay.
I think it depends. When I draw like a space, I normally think in the space and how the light is reflecting on that space. But if I am drawing something else, like a flower or a person, I don't think about the space.